drones are here to stay because they provide you depth, and it's not just lethal, i.e. high explosives, it's the electromagnetic piece, it's the sensing piece, and the jamming piece. Swarming drones may be what Mr. Work used to refer to, former DepSecDef, as the third offset strategy.
In April, you told lawmakers that the price tag for NGAD would be in the multiple hundreds of millions of dollars, as you said, a very expensive aircraft. With financial pressures such as inflation, budgetary limitations bearing down on the DoD, can the nation afford such a program with that kind of a price tag?
Well, I guess I'd answer with a question, can the nation afford to not have air superiority? And I know the answer to that question. We have to have air superiority.
I will also say there's incredible innovation going on. You may have heard about the harpoons or seen it in the news. Well, the story there is that a country, which I won't mention who it was, had some harpoons that were on a ship. They were naval-based harpoons. They said we could maybe do something with it, so we worked with that country and with the contractor. We got them off the ship, put them on some flatbed trucks, put the harpoons modules on the flatbed truck and a different flatbed truck for the power source, connected a cable between it, figured out it was exportable, brought the Ukrainians to train on it over Memorial Day weekend. In our country, it would be Memorial Day weekend. And the next week, 2 Russian ships were sunk with those harpoons. That happened in about 3 weeks.
And so when you see things about, RIMPAC, about AUKUS, you see China looking at those very, very carefully because they know that this is making a strategic impact in the world, that they know that this is making a strategic impact in our vision for an Asia-Pacific that is safe, secure, and supports our way of life.
When we say pacing challenge, it's not just a bumper sticker. I mean, the reason why we define China as the pacing challenge is because really China is the only country that both has the capability and the aspiration to challenge the United States across the board. So not just militarily, but economically, diplomatically, technologically, and the aspiration to fundamentally reshape the international order.
At this point, as I drive around my home state of Rhode Island, it's remarkable to see the number of Ukrainian flags that are flying. People identify with the Ukrainian people. They respect their courage and their valor, and they're committed, but over time, that commitment might start eroding, and that's what we have to be very careful about.
Are these investments too little, too late? We've seen climate devastation for years, or climate-related devastation for years. Should this whole process have started sooner, or at least more significantly sooner?
So, short answer is of course, right? Not of course the first part, but should they have started sooner? Sure, we should have all, I think, been doing more for a lot longer. I think that's the case. That's a fact. We are in a challenging position. And I think we're seeing evidence of that every day.
Look, I do not think that China wants, to put themselves in a position that Russia finds itself in today, which is, invading a democratic neighbor, one that I think would generate an enormous amount of global sympathy, one that would bring, a scenario that would bring, I think, significant political and economic cost for China, and that would risk a broader set of military tensions that would not be in anybody's interests. So I would hope that they would draw the lesson from Russia's experience that, hey, maybe we shouldn't do that.